Philip, do you know what?
What?
It's time to jump down the rabbit hole. Let's go. All right, here's a question that I literally thought up 2 seconds ago as I was pointing down. Philip, I would like to know your thoughts on this topic. We've got a convention coming up this weekend. We're doing our very best to please the fans with something that hasn't been happening in Doctor Who sort of conventions for a while. What do you like in a Doctor Who convention? I know I am very keen to get over to a Big Finish day. I would love to get to a Big Finish day at some point over the next couple of years. But what is it that you like about Doctor Who conventions? What do you want in one?
Well, I'm I'm totally creating what I want at a Doctor Who convention, so you just have to come along and find out. I guess for me, it's about feeling like you've connected with the guest, and so I want as many opportunities as possible to connect with the guests. And so, as I say, I think an interview is an important part to actually have someone who's actually well prepared and thought through questions, and to get out a lot of information material from the guest early on. So I love the opportunity just to hear and absorb and have someone who thought through intelligent questions. But that being said, I also love the questions from the fans because they come from totally different angles, and so you never know where they're going to come from. And so it's a great joy.
Scarily.
Scarily, yeah. And so that's been lots of fun in terms of just hearing, where the fans' questions are going to come from. Janice suggested for us, and we're going to do it for Sophie again too. She suggested doing a quiz. Oh, she says the quiz does suggest a quiz. Someone suggested a quiz. I think I suggested a quiz. She said she wanted to run it. That's right.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
so yeah. So because I just thought it would be fun to have a. I remember long, long ago when I was very young, the Australian Doctor Who Club put on a mastermind, and when you arrived, you actually got a sheet of like 50 questions, and you'd fill out the sheet with all your answers. That would then get handed and marked, and then the top five or so people were then brought on to do a mastermind. I didn't want to do anything that complicated. That was going to be much too much work. And so I just thought a quiz would be lots of fun and just, once again, another way of getting out information. But Janice suggested she ran it, and it was so much fun because she ran the quiz. And so she had things she could add for every question afterwards. So it's just
Yeah.
another way of very wide, broad topics, getting it out. And then the other thing that we did for Janet, which I actually really enjoy, was just one word responses. I'm going to give you a topic and name, a story, give me a word or just a sentence that comes to mind, and just those quick fire questions. And that was, I think, a fun way to finish off the afternoon as well. Because I said it's about close contacts, and so the autographing and the photographing makes us enough time for people to actually talk and say hi. And certainly that to me is really important. And all the guests of Doctor Who I've ever seen are really treasure meeting, talking to the fans, and they give them a lot of attention and care. And it's one of the things I've always respected about the Doctor Who cast.
Yeah.
What about you, Dwayne? What do you like about a?
Well, I'm a bit of an old school fan, so I do like that close contact. Like my first big convention was Whovention, the first Whovention with Nick Courtney. Katie Manning was there also. So just those. Who was there? Anyone else there? Did you get to that one?
No, that was just Nicholas Courtney and Kenny Manning, the first one.
Yeah, yeah. So that was really good. Then other day events where the Sydney Club would put together events with one or two guests that might be a little bit obscure from time to time. I thought they were really interesting as well, and you had the chance to actually chat with these people. Whereas some of the larger things that I've been to this century, sounding really old now when I say this century, it's a bit more like a production line, like you sort of pumped through, like I think you called it a sausage factory. And it's very expensive. So to get photographs and autographs, yes, those prices are there. Like that never used to be the case. You'd pay your entry fee and then get a couple of autographs on the day when the guest was having a break. But it's just not how things work. So the economics of it don't work that way. But I would like to provide good value for money rather than just 2 seconds with a guest and then you're off again, next person. There's a bit more of a chance to actually have some meaningful interaction. And yes, the economics are different, but if we can change the dynamic and create that more personal interaction with a little bit longer if possible, then I think that's good. Increasing the value for money these days.
Yeah, I agree.